We got a Terran in the bottom right side. He's blue. He is BYUN. He's blue, double, BYUN, double. And in the top left side, we got a red Zerg player fighting for the Afrika Freaks. Afrika Freaks. He is ARMANI. Okay. Alright. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, what is gonna be going on here? BYUN, most likely gonna win this, right? Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that for 100%. Definitely think BYUN has a pretty good shot at winning this thing here, but overall, ARMANI, Chan, they have proven themselves against these other top-notch Korean Terrans as well. And BYUN, I mean, BYUN, he is pretty darn good, but is he already above the level, above the cut of the rest? I don't think he is. Personally, at least, I think he is a really good Terran, don't get me wrong, but has he already surpassed the Maru innovation, TY kind of overall stature in this game? I don't think so. I think he still needs to gather up a couple of those trophies, and then maybe, who knows what's gonna happen then. Alright, so Overlord scouting around to make sure that there's no proxies going down, as BYUN already starting up that command center on the low ground. It looks like there's nothing gonna get proxied here, at least in this game. Maybe later on he's gonna, who knows, right? The time for proxies will pass. Alright, BYUN once again going for this very kind of open-ended build here. Goes for the double marine, actually. Even skips the initial marine, just goes straight for the reactor. So he gets himself the double marine here. Doesn't do an SCV scout, doesn't do much of anything, except for just try to get a greedy streak going. Apologies. Artrov Muir 1. Thank you for that follow. Much appreciated. There is a starport on the way as well. There's a couple of Hellions here. ARMANI already going up to the third base. He is really just happily droning away, which is what he can get away with at this point in time. Just needs to be wary that there is, of course, always a timing that can hit with those Hellions. As long as you have the queen amount and the appropriate number of Zerglings kind of to keep the Hellions from just running amok. Should be able to withstand much of anything here. And let's see, ARMANI. What did he manage to scout so far? Not much. Saw that there were a couple of marines here. Sometimes those marines are indicating that there is a lot of gas spent elsewhere, and that could indicate that there's a starport with a tech lab on top of it. Could be a battlecruiser at that point in time, of course. Alright, well, let's see what he sees. Alright, sees not too much. You can indicate that it is not on early on battlecruisers, seeing how that starport's only now building a tech lab here. He didn't see the armory either, so that is still a bit of a surprise. Let's see what kind of response he's going to be able to set up here. How many queens? 4 queens, 9 Zerglings, 12 on the way. This could become quite problematic here, not gonna lie, for ARMANI, who doesn't have much in the way, shape or form of banelings. He has an alright amount of queens, nice spread on those queens overall, but at the same time, I mean, the Zerglings here is their only support, and they are not going to be able to deal well with those Hellbats. The Hellbats taking a little bit of poke damage, but the Medevac doing a great job at keeping it alive. The Queens trying their best to keep that Medevac at bay, but there we go. Does manage to get cleaned up right there. Zerglings still trying to nibble away. They are on top of those Marines. That is the better target for them to hit. A lot of Queens are going down. A good amount of Zerglings also, of course. And Right now it's... Oh my god, that is massive. Oh, Hellion's coming in from behind. 16 workers go down. That is quite a bit of trouble indeed, as I've ever seen one bit of trouble. And this is... that is definitely the troublesome part. Alright, so... that's not all of it either yet. There is more aggression coming in with the Banshee coming down. Yeah, that is it. That's GG. Oof. Oof. Armani trying to run away those drones as quickly as possible. Not quite finding it, though. What a man. What a man. BYUN coming in with those extra 2 Hellions. Just being like, you know what? Let me just micro these for a little bit. Everything dead. Oh, man. He got kind of lucky that all those drones as well. I think they were already hit by one of the Hellbats because they were already orange, or maybe the Hellions managed to get 2 shots off instead of just the final 2. Or one of them got another volley off. Anyway, regardless, BYUN handedly winning that one. Not much difficulty being run into there for him, it would appear. So we're gonna see him moving onwards in this best of 5 with a 1-0 lead. Looks like our Korean stream is requesting a 1 minute break, so that is where we're at right now. Gives me maybe a little bit of time to check out everything that we should be doing with Matcherinos and stuff here. Let me see, guys. Let me see. Probably all of you already did it, right? Pretty much every single one of you already did it, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. Here we are. Here we are. Getting it all together. Bam. So am I going to try to do something aggressive now or stick to the script? It's Armani. I think he may just stick to this, just the regular play. Honestly, I think that is where he would like to have this go to. I could be wrong. I could be wrong entirely, but that's what I feel like would be the choice here. All right, so oh, there we are. Quick update here. Let me just jump right in. If you want to help us out with that Matcherino, of course, all you got to do is head on over to the Matcherino website. Log yourself in and then press contribute right there. Let me see actually the code. That is AX217. Let me get this into the chat for you. Fine, fellas. There you go. There you go. So yeah, contributes. Oh, that's awkward, isn't it? Contributes. There we go. Coupon code and contribute again. It's been used up. All right. Well done, guys. Well done. You all did stuff before I even could talk about it. So that is very impressive. That is very impressive. All right. I guess we're going into here then. One game in favor for this blue Terran right here in the bottom left side. He is teamless. He is BYUN. In the red, in the Zerg, he is in the Freaka Freaks. Armani. I mean, an attack like that, it's a bit unfortunate, right? Because in moments like those, you want to have a Baneling nest already available. Preferably, you would like to have some Banelings when the attack is at your front door. So you can already start zoning it out a little bit, forcing the splits a bit rougher, instead of just all the Hellbats being able to stampede towards your queens, right? Because that's kind of what we saw happen there. BYUN didn't really have to bother microing his Hellbat sideways. It was just, alright, let's get on top of these units, do the damage, and that made it quite easy for him to kind of get all of that damage dealt. Now, if there were already Banelings there, of course, that's a whole different situation, and that's what you need. Now, you don't make the Baneling nest if you are going up against something else entirely. Just marine pushes, I think you can also kind of hold already okay with just the Zerglings. We have seen people do this, and You know what? It's just a way to get yourself those quicker upgrades or quicker Mutalisk, depending on where you want to take it. Or I suppose quicker Hydras, right? With upgrades there as well. So let's see. Let's see. What is the plan right now? It's probably one of the more relaxed things here for the Zergs that they don't have to send that drone early on towards the third base for hiding, because BYUN never makes that Reaper anyway. Seems to be completely within his within the program though here for ARMANI. Is still gonna send that drone a little bit early here, but oh, wait a moment. Wait a moment, what's this? It is a Reaper this time. It's too early here, guys. You'll have to excuse me. Je m'excuse. I didn't know that there was a repair on the field. A repair? Repair? Alright. Factory not on the reactor just quite yet, so it can be interesting as well to see what he is planning with this. More so focused on the marine production. Maybe that is just a bit of an intermediate space because he... Oh, no, still going strong with this. Alright. I thought maybe he was trying to catch up for the regular marine kind as we saw previously. What this is looking to be is a marine drop. Oh my god, those overlords just not getting a break, are they? I suppose he sees that there's no reactor on that factory.
Our forces are under attack.
So he's able to kind of indicate that it's unlikely to be a Hellbat push this time around. Still gonna do it safe though, making that Baneling Nest this time around. I think that's the right call to make. BYUN, a very, very aggressive player. I think that overall, if you manage to kind of hold on in those earlier parts of the game, you should be able to kind of eke it out at the latest stages, where micro becomes more and more obscure, because, well, there's so much going on everywhere. It's harder to spend all your time microing, and that's when BYUN sometimes make the mistake with his macro falls behind in that department. Gotta love that target fire with those queens, trying to take out that medevac as quickly as possible. BYUN here, gonna try again. I mean, he can still deny some creep here after all. His hands have to stay busy with these units. It's just what he is. It's just what he does. Finding another overlord there. That would be nice, of course. Also, he's really luring everything to the left side here. May give an opportunity for these Hellions. Oh! Catastrophe strikes. The Hellions not quite being able to get there in time. The Banelings being able to shut that down immediately. Man, oh man. That's a rough one. Mani getting a bit ahead of himself here as well, perhaps. Trying to get on top of those Hellions now with the Zerglings, but he is playing against BYUN after all. It's not gonna happen that easy. The Liberator gets shut down as well. And ARMANI's gonna have to feel pretty darn good about himself here, right? There is already a third base available for BYUN, still has to become an orbital, but yeah, I mean, ARMANI probably not too far removed from starting up a fourth base here. Because he is doing very, very swimmingly. Oh, transfuse. Oh, just in the nick of time right there. Trying to keep those units as close to him as possible so he can get as much damage done with the queens as possible, I assume. There's that fourth base. +1/+1 for both these players also coming in. They have to be cancelled. Oh no, cancel there. My dear. Oh boy. ARMANI. You sweet fourth base Zergless child. That's how they say it. Man, this drop is still going. Like, it's only one medevac, but like, even though it was such a slow start, it's been able to do quite a bit now with that kill on that fourth base. Very, very cool things happening here for BYUN, with just this persistence, his tenacity, not sacrificing his units unnecessarily, just slowly but surely finding opportunities and catching stuff like just well, all right, well, leaving his supply door open a little bit here as well. Straight down to Voyer. Let's see, alright, that's a lot of Marines, and, well, not enough speed on the pickup right there, it looks like, as he is also busy trying to protect his own base. Man, ARMANI not letting any grass grow over the situation here. Things were still kind of hot, the iron was still hot, and immediately jumps across the map, gets on top of the SCVs, gets rid of the attack as well for the time being. BYUN gonna try to retaliate immediately here. Move back around and start putting the pressure back onto the creep. The creep side of the map. Bailing speed would be nice to have for this engagement, but it's still a bit off here. I'm not sure. We may have the engagement being forced before actually bailing speed being completed, and I think that could be quite a gruesome effect here for Mr. ARMANI. It's still not quite done. 10 more seconds are required. He cannot afford to lose this base, I would say. Alright, here we go. The Zerglings are going to get on top of those units. There is finally the bailing speed completing, but it took so long. And he really had to make that work, though. Otherwise, that base definitely would have gone down. Death Aura was the first map, Kashima. Also, hello, how you doing? How are you feeling today? Alright, that is 2 medevacs now, with only 2 Marines right in there. Nice run by once again. Catching the pants of BYUN right on the ground. Upgrade still equal. Zerglings trading alright against those lower numbers of Marines. Not sure if that was a, you know, favorable trade overall, but getting that siege tank, I think, probably made that worth it, right? Probably made that quite worth it. BYUN really relying on his siege tanks here. Actually only having a single siege tank, even though he has been trying to produce them for a while now. Careful. Okay, okay. You know what? Why not get a single more Marine, right? Sure. Now the Queen Brigade will be pushing this Liberator away. A bit of a turnaround there. Another Liberator on this base also. It's going to be cleaned up by the Mutalisk. Good bit of harassment. 7 workers did go down because of this, and it's causing BYUN to go undetected across the map here. Unfortunately, his siege tank a bit too aggressive right there, deciding to go completely face forwards and siege tank, unsieged siege tank to your fist style. Therefore, BYUN not quite working out. Top left side now. That base should be cancelled. Does get cancelled indeed. As the units for ARMANI are coming in here. I mean, it's a bit awkward. BYUN didn't run away. Maybe he's trying to hide. Maybe he's hoping that the forces of ARMANI will not be checking this location, but unfortunately for him, they definitely did. Trying to get as many of those banelings as possible. Now spreading out, of course, as well. I think he did do the best he could with that situation, but would have been interesting to see if he would have been able to get away there. Would have been great, though, of course. Don't get me wrong. Imagine if that worked. Like, ARMANI just kind of checking the area over here. Realizing, well, I can't find him anymore. He must have already ran away. And then, just out of nowhere, after he moved away again, suddenly that drop is still just there in the next base. And here we go. Another attack from ARMANI. I think this one a bit too ambitious. Not quite going to be able to get everything going for him. A couple of banelings there going towards the mineral fields, but really solid siege tank count right now available here for BYUN. We are running with 7 siege tanks. And they are rolling down the track. Zerglings, Banelings, Mutalisk all now coming in here as well. Is this enough? I mean, the Marines are incredibly low on HP. I think maybe even just the Mutalisk will be able to clean this up. Why take any chances, though? Just wait for the reinforcements. A lot of Banelings here getting shot by the siege tank still. And there you have it. GG is called. ARMANI takes game number 2. Tying it all up back again. We're in a best of 3 situation as to see who will be taking this series here in the round robin format. Next map should be Light Shade. It's a smaller map. It's been chosen here by ARMANI, so don't be fooled. ARMANI actually the player that did pick the small map. Could it be? Could it be that he's looking forward to doing a bit of Roach aggression? Who knows? That could always be the case, of course. Sorry, I'm still tired. Alright, well, we'll just keep going, guys. I'm sorry. It's very exciting. Don't get me wrong. I really love seeing these guys play. But I just had to wake up a lot of times recently, and it's cutting in my system, I feel. Because no matter, yeah, I don't go to sleep early either. Here we are in the top left side, a blue Terran player fighting for himself and all the other Terrans around to inspire them. It is a BYUN. Bottom right side, the red Zerg. Fighting for the Afrika Freaks, he is ARMANI. Yeah, don't worry, Bitterwood. I'll be good. I'll be good. Okay, so you know what? Previous game as well, ARMANI kind of sticking to the book. Was being a little bit less greedy than he did the previous time, of course. Did get himself that Baneling nest, and it worked out. It worked out very well for him. Got a bit dicey there for a moment with the Baneling speed not quite being done, but managed to get a massive concave. The Marines just a slight bit too much on top of one another there on the retreat as they were trying to stutter step micro backwards. Bit unfortunate there for BYUN. And allowed ARMANI, even with the slow Banelings, to kind of take the initiative there. I mean, there were a couple of choices there for BYUN if you consider it, right? He could have also tried to wait for the creep to recede, but if he did that, then most likely the Baneling speed would have been done, and he would have missed that timing there. And you know, it was a tough call to make. It really was. Overall, though, I think he made the right one. Even though those Zerglings, of course, still benefit quite a bit as well with the creep there. It's a lot easier to get behind your bio units and stop them from microing at all. So it's a tough call to make. But those siege tanks, you know what? Maybe who knows? Maybe they could have targeted down more Banelings. Maybe some more splitting at the later parts of the engagement. Couple of things. It's hard to really, you know, say what else BYUN could have done differently micro-wise, because we all know his micro is the main thing for him here. Look at that. That Reaper already. 3 kills. 3 Zerglings. Down just like that. He's on fire. He is an angry man right now. He lost the Reaper, didn't he? He did. Alright, was not expecting that. But he did lose that Reaper. Interesting. It's just gonna make him more angry, guys. Don't worry about it. 3rd base on the way. BYUN gonna go all out. Full force. With his 3 bases. Try his best to I suppose just get a lot of money. There is that Roach run though. This map, infamous for the Roach bushes. Most likely we'll get the 2 evo chambers here as well. At least that is what I'm used to be seeing. Together with this type of Roach timing. 2 evo chambers. +1/+1. Roaches are of course a little bit better than the 0/0 Roaches. At least the carapace quite the important upgrade against those Terran units, as they do a lot of quick damage. Not quite being the case. You may just try to hit the timing before that 3rd base really even is in position here, right? Because, I mean, he's already making Roaches. He's sending Zerglings across. And, yeah, it very well could just be the moment here where ARMANI is going to try to hit before that 3rd base is even really in position. Okay, it is flying in right now. Did he see that 3rd base? He didn't even see the 3rd base. This is quite something else. Viking trying to figure out what is going on here together with those Hellions. The Hellions being moved backwards because there's Zerglings pushing the front door. All those Hellions, 5 of them in total, 6 of them in total. Of course I knew that. There it is. That's the Ravager. He's like, oh, wait a moment. That's not a queen. That's an odd-looking queen. It's not a skin I'm familiar with. And that's right, because it really isn't a queen at all whatsoever. Here we go. Biles on top of the engineering bay. Surprised he's going to go for the engineering bay here. Thought he would try to bile down the bunker. Instead, just trying to get himself into the base of the Terran as quickly as possible. Seems to be doing alright for himself so far. All the SCVs are being pulled. Another engineering bay is going to go down here. The 3rd base completely open as well. I suppose that could just lift up as soon as something tries to hurt it right here. A couple of Zerglings may be able to put it in the danger zone already, though. Force a bit of micro there. There we go. Getting lifted up right now. Roach is not shooting as the SCVs are coming in here. May seem small, but that is a big deal right now. The Hellions as well actually coming in at the same time. That is why the micro for ARMANI kind of falling apart here. Losing 6 drones overall. Is going to be able to shut down those Hellions, but at the same time his Roach bush completely getting whacked off as well. Not finding any real success. I suppose the success that he found was killing off those 2 engineering bases, delaying the +1/+1 for BYUN here quite significantly. So maybe that is going to allow him to trade better later on. But I mean, the workers killed off. I don't know if that was worth it overall. Let's take a look. Income advantage. That's okay. That's okay. He's on a solid 70 workers now as well. So should be good. Roach speed coming in. It's going to be quite necessary to hold against this type of stuff. You need to have those reinforcing Roaches here quickly. Also to deny that creep spread from just being running rampant. Or, well, to have your creep spread run rampant. To stop the Marines running rampant on top of your creep spread. On top of your creepy spread. Man! Oh, that would have been so cool! BYUN already sitting there just like, alright, yeah, retreats into me. Come on then, come on then. Not sure if that was the plan or if it was just there by chance. Look at that, the +1 armor now already kicking in a little bit. Not allowing those Hellions to one-shot anymore. Ooh, what's that? I think that was the Baneling Nest. It's a tough thing to lose. Wondering why it is, in fact, at the 3rd base here. to begin with, right? Does seem a little bit peculiar. Need to have some queens here in order to deal with the medevacs. There we go. Hive tech already on the way. We're gonna completely skip any kind of Hydra or Mutalisk. Oh, those biles. Oh, BYUN. Wakey, wakey, BYUN. Hello? There he goes. What game? What game? This is game number 3 of today, the first series. BYUN versus ARMANI. Do you mean, like, what game is this? This is StarCraft 2. It's a real-time strategy game. It's kind of like chess, but then everybody can just move their pieces continuously at a rapid pace while your opponent is also moving all his pieces continuously. While you are getting stressed out about everything that's going on. Alright, there come the Marines, actually getting right on top of those creep spreading queens, and they are quite valuable right now. It's not that much. All the pieces are in complete whack job murderers here in this game. There you go, nice couple of biles there. The main base still a bit exposed to queens coming in. There's the reinforcements now, the defensive setup. Looks like that should arrive in time. There's another attack, of course, on the top side. And a big batch of Marines coming down the wood chipper here. Or maybe they are the wood chipper. Maybe they are bringing the wood chipper because there's no banelings here whatsoever. That could be scary for ARMANI. ARMANI has to move backwards. Bottom side base did get cancelled. Did not get destroyed, so... no hablo español. There we go. No hablo español. Alright, so we got some Vipers here, and the Ultralisk Scaffold has been completed also. Continuous plating on the way. These Ultralisk, of course, desperately would like to have that. Very important to have. These biles landing on top of the medevac again here. Oh, BYUN, he's got to be careful. He's going to have to watch out. I think he's multitasking a bit too much, perhaps. And losing some very valuable assets here as he's trying to do things elsewhere. Coming in again on through the middle. This area over here, a very, very famous pushing ground for the Terran. One of their absolute favorites. There we go, those banelings. I don't know if they are going to be able to hit anything here. Alright, thanks to the pull away right there. Another cancel being forced here. That was no kill. Oh, there's a big fight going on. Medevacs have to be careful. Using the biles on top of the mines there. Very well spotted by ARMANI, finding those widow mines continuously. He does have some overseers there, of course, to help out, but oh, that's not gonna work. ARMANI, that's not gonna work. Is it? Well, I guess if BYUN doesn't move away, it will work. Hola, mi nombre es Pro. Mi nombre. It's not like number, right? That's like name. My favorite music. We'll get into this the chit chat later on, probably. As soon as we're in between the game. Here we go. We do have quite the climactic moments, of course. We got ourselves a lot of those Ultralisk trying to get past the Ravages right now. Pushing in the backside of the queue, being like, no, please, please let us go first. We can't do anything here. Moral supports, really. Imagine that, bringing an Ultralisk into an airplane as your moral support animal. That would be something. You will not get very far, I would imagine. Here we are. Another base does get cleaned up this time around. No cancel on that one. Straight into the main base. That is where this is going to lead to. Things are becoming more and more hard to deal with, it feels like, for ARMANI, as he's losing economy left, right and center. The upside and the downside continuously rotating between these two locations. And BYUN being able to make absolute chaos happen. Absolutely everywhere as well. Careful, careful. Alright, units moving in back into that main base. That's the Marines and the Marauders for BYUN here. Again, gonna find another hatchery on the top side. ARMANI once more onto the 4 economy base, even though one of those is already pretty much mined out. That is 50 minerals remaining over here. I don't even know how this got so low. That is a little bit of a mystery, but look at that. BYUN doing all sorts of things here that are making life extremely difficult for our red Zerg. Alright, this is not the best place to fight for ARMANI, I would say. Down the very constricted tube of death. Quite a couple of those widow mines right there. Not sure why he's piling further forward, and maybe anticipating the Marauders to move further forwards. Again, more counter-aggression happening here, though. BYUN is absolutely everywhere, looking for the blood of his opponent, sucking him dry right now. The Vampire Terran strikes. Jeez Louise. Alright, so, I mean, coming in again here, he is just absolutely everywhere, isn't he? I want to kind of see BYUN's side of things here for a moment, because it does seem like he's doing a really bang-up job with all this aggression here. It's not even... Yeah, alright, there we go. Coming in with that drop into the main base. That is about to be ready. Let's see. And there he goes. Goes back to this one as his army's moving across as well. See, that's not much in the main base. This drop does get cleaned up. There we go. Alright, well, enough of that. Fun times, but a fight is about to occur here. Again, there's no creep spread. Remember all those queens that died earlier in the game? Well, I do, and I think ARMANI does as well, because he would love to have them back at this moment in time. How many queens do we even have right now? It's only 3 of them, all of them on inject duty. And that's all they will be able to achieve here. Is medium your Nisel in game? Is medium your... It's weird. Huh. Interesting. Alright, anyway. We got some infestors down the backside of things. This is, of course, how ARMANI managed to beat BYUN the previous time, I do believe. With those infestors coming in from the backside. Suddenly doing a big fungal. As BYUN was microing backwards. Let's see if he will be able to get something else going like that. Not this time around. The scan takes place. Does not want to run into any nasty surprises. Those infestors not going to be able to get away because of this. More Ultralisk on the way, as well as quite a good amount of Zerglings here. The pathogen glands. Is that pathogen glands? I always forget. Anyway, I feel like sometimes I just call whatever upgrade I don't know the name of from Zerg pathogen glands or umbilical cords or whatever. The weird stuff they have. Anyway, here we have a bit of a last-ditch effort, perhaps, from ARMANI. Those Ultralisk, not that numerous. They are getting sniped rather quickly Even though the supply was looking favorable for him, it doesn't seem like all that supply is here right now. A lot of it's still in production, with those infestors and the Ultralisk taking up a majority of it. And he just doesn't have enough. This base absolutely detrimental to his success, though. He needs that. Keep that alive. More of those snipes coming in right now. The Zerglings trying to blockade the bio from running away, but there's just too much DPS coming down right now for BYUN. BYUN's going to be able to keep the pressure up here, I would believe. And even, well, actually, he doesn't have any medevacs, so that is a problem. If the infestors do get here and they get a good fungal off, that could mean the end of this push right here. But it seems that the units of BYUN have done enough already. It looks like with the reinforcements now, it will not be too much of a hassle. There's no more Ultralisk really to take advantage of the fungal. Although there's two more. Yeah, it's just not there, is it? It's just really not there anymore for ARMANI. Yes, BYUN. Well, that's a good fungal. He has a planetary to retreat to as well. Still think that he should be okay. Okay, well, I mean, ARMANI somehow, some magical way keeps onto that hatchery. I thought it was going to go down multiple times here, and BYUN realizing, alright, well, maybe this is not the way to finish this game. I could just try something else here. Let me just move the drops back to the top side of things, and actually, right in the nick of time, ready to intercept some Zerglings here as well. And ARMANI's going to have to do a bit of splitting also of his units to try and intercept those units from the top side. Widow mines here, nice biles. We'll be able to shut that down. Alright, let's see the top side. Oh no. Well, your units, ARMANI, I thought you were sending stuff over here. That could be quite a scary moment in time. Another base that could go down here. Going for the drones instead right here now. Quite a couple of them do fall. It's not the worst case. Losing that base, I think, would have been much, much worse in the time frame right here. Oh no, losing a base. That's what we're trying to avoid to have happen. Looks like without the Zerglings here, it does not seem ARMANI feels comfortable enough to really make anything happen. The Ultralisk really struggling to try and get themselves on top of this bio force. Bit of friendly fire there. It's surprising how little investments BYUN has made into the medevacs at this point in time. I mean, imagine how much more favorably he would be trading if he still had some medevacs to heal up his units as he's stimming in and running out continuously. Alright, here we go, another attack. This needs to work out here for ARMANI. I don't think he has the ability to run away anymore. Yeah, GG is called. Not quite having enough. Beyond that, being able to withstand ARMANI denying those bases over and over and over again. And in the end, ARMANI running empty. No more fuel in the tank, and no real way to retaliate anymore from against whatever BYUN was throwing at him, unfortunately, for ARMANI. But that was a wonderful game. So pro, I mean, that was. Did we just have like a weird chatbot in the chat room? Is that what happens? I'm not completely certain. You game a Among Us or what game? Wow, haha. Hi or hello in Spanish is hola. Hey, you speak hola, poli. Saludos. I mean, it is weird, right? Is that a bot? Could it be? Could it be a bot? I don't know. It might be. It might be. Alright. Anyway, he did say the streaming is cool, so we'll look at we'll just take that into account right now. We'll just remember that bit, shall we? Wow. Alright. Armani, BYUN. Game number 4. Yeah, 4. Whew. Ah, got there in the end. In the bottom left side, there is a blue Zerg. Oh, I was tricking you, trying to see if you were paying attention. It is the Terran. BYUN. In the top right side, that is the Zerg. In the red, Afrika Freaks, Armani. The famous Zerg player. I know, Bitterwood. I know that. Don't worry about it. I know it's a Terran. I can see the difference. Do you think I can't see the difference? I mean, come on. Of course I know this is a head. Not a headshot. It's a command center. And, yes. The spawning pool, the barracks right here. Oh, God. Oof. I feel like everybody would still understand though if I start calling all the buildings from Terran Zerg buildings, right? A spawning pool, making a double producing spawning pool structure next to it, I suppose. This would be the Roach Warren? No. It would be the it is It feels like a Roach Warren without a tech lab. And maybe with a tech lab, it becomes more in the shape and form of like a... maybe an infestation pit, Hydra Den, something like that. The orbital layer. Indeed. Can't wait until he upgrades it into a hive tech, of course. The hive center. Do we again not have a Reaper opening here, by the way? I think we do not. Yeah, that is the funky style of BYUN here. Just doesn't like to always go for the Reaper opening. Doing it enough though that he will not allow the Zergs to just kindly blind counter it. Although we have Zergs that tried, right? They did come in there with a big attack. BYUN completely caught off guard. He's making Hellions. He's got a Reaper and suddenly there's 6 Roaches on his front door and somehow, some way he manages to be absolutely fine. Lose like maybe 1-2 workers. Don't ask me how. Don't really look into it too much. Just realize BYUN has these superpowers to make that type of stuff work, so I really do think like the early game period you don't want to tango with BYUN. You just really do not want to try to have that fight go on. Armani, why is he making a spine crawler and a bunch of links right now? What's going on? He's playing a very, very safe game here. What did he see, really? Okay, so I mean, nothing too crazy. He's just gonna go for a big counter attack. I suppose, did he see... Oh, wait, what he saw... No, wait, that is on the reactor there. Yeah, I have no idea what his plan is here. This seems like a bit off to me. And now he's gonna lose all his links, and now he's just behind. Like, what? What? Huh. This is like one of those moves I do on ladder sometimes, where I'm like, oh yes, I'm just gonna make a ton of links, and I'm just gonna ruin his day, baby. And then it's just like, oh right, they have Hellions, of course. Of course, I forgot about those. Ah, shoot. I could have had a lot of drones right now, but I guess I don't, because I made a ton of links, thinking I could kill him, and I forgot about Hellions. That is... Alright, well, I think those Marines right here, they must be looking to attack this base, right? Ring the doorbell. It's for you, Armani. It's 5 Marines here. I've come to deliver some bullets into your drone line. Special delivery. And then, what about the spine crawler? It really does feel like Armani was anticipating some sort of an attack. Was he thinking he was gonna get Hellbat pushed again? Did he just see the Hellions in the main base? And the solid count of Marines, and he was just like, yep, this is gonna be a Hellbat push. And then it just wasn't a Hellbat push, so he was like, alright, well, let me just then make a couple more links. Maybe I'm gonna be able to counterattack? Maybe I'll counterattack here? Who knows? That's kind of what it feels like to me, right? So that was that's not something you just kind of do right off the bat without any real, well, planning what it felt like, right? You wouldn't try to make a maneuver like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not something you do in practice and that works. And then you're like, alright, I'm gonna try to do this in a match now. Anyway. Yeah, BYUN's just gonna be able to push forwards here. I mean, his economy is good. The army supply of BYUN is enormous. Ginormous. Gigantuan. And he's gonna be absolutely fine at home. He's gonna be absolutely fine on the offensive here, I would say. The Zerglings are gonna come in. No, are they gonna be enough? Nice targeting there with that siege tank, preventing the friendly fire there beautifully. Look at that. I thought those Zerglings were gonna be enough, but no way. No way. BYUN just too darn good at this game. Jeez Louise. That was quite nutty, actually. That target fire with the siege tank, shooting the Zerglings that are furthest away, while he's also doing the Marine micro. Very impressive. Moving in here with more units, keeping the fire trucks at home. And that's probably a good call, it seems here, as there are a bunch of Zerglings on the way. Oh, Hellbats need to be constructed, it looks like. The SCVs may want to do a bit of repairing. Zerglings trying to find an entryway into some other place, but not quite going to be able to find it. There is Baneling speed this time around for this fight, so we'll have to have some pretty darn good spreading. But then again, there's no real creep spread here either at this moment in time. Zerglings on the other side, looks like they did get a bit of a siege tank shot to the face right there. Ooh, there we go, it goes down. Dead hatchery right here. Banelings trying to retaliate on the other side, but that is all they will be able to achieve. I think they maybe got from 1, maybe 2 workers right there. Here we go. This needs to be cleaned up right now, otherwise this will just be GG. And even then, I mean, it's quite a dire situation if he did manage to clean all of this up right now. Alright, to the top, to the bottom. No, he's just going to stay here. Alright. Wait for the rest of his forces to... he's going to try to multi-prong attack. Or grab everything together. The trident formation. Ah, no, no, no. This is the bent Q-pole. How do you call this? The Q-stick formation right here. The curved... the pool poker. Alright, yeah, coming in on the left side right now. Looking for a pickup. There we go. Nicely microed. You know what? It's surprisingly difficult sometimes. I see a lot of these Terrans just do this very, very comfortably. But man, it is definitely something you have to practice quite a bit. Getting those medevacts on top of your Marines when after they've been surrounded by those Zerglings, it can get a little bit difficult. Especially if you want to keep your Marines shooting for the entire time and up until the very moment when the medevacts are on top of them. Right? That is very important to do because that is going to eke out your efficiency. And if you do that continuously, right, that is fan-bloody-tastic. Oh, careful. Okay. Skedaddle, skedoodle. Gets himself out of there. Yeah, so Armani, he is surviving, but that is pretty much what he's doing, right? Here and there, he's getting some picks on the worker line of BYUN, but nowhere near the amount that he needs to do. The worker count's now kind of tied up, but that is not a good sign overall for the Zerg. So much economy already has been gained here by BYUN. It's hard to imagine that spiking the other way all of a sudden. It's a good amount of Zerglings right there. Terrifying sight for any Marine. Oh, down goes that drop. I think that's alright. That's absolutely fine. Lurkers are going to be coming out momentarily though, and I think the Lurkers are a great tool to try and hold on here versus this Widowmine Marine army. That is pretty much all that BYUN has right now. So maybe a very, very cost-efficient trade with those Lurkers against this army. Who knows, maybe he's going to be able to tie it up a little bit here. But it is a desperate situation. It's a dire... He's in dire need for those Lurkers to do absolutely everything they can. They don't have their extra range just quite yet. In the ground they go, and up in the sky those medevacts will be lifting the Marines on the left side. Another drop again here, finding so much damage that things just seem a little bit unfair right now. And it all comes down to again, BYUN, I don't know, maybe just getting in his opponent's head, and the first initial couple of Zerglings there, just putting Armani on the back foot by such an enormous amount that you basically you're hoping that your opponent does a mistake at that point in time, you know? That's all you're kind of hoping for here. And BYUN so far not letting any massive mistakes get past him. And this may be the final push right now. Double the supply. More than twice the army supply. Here we go. Let's see how good these Lurkers of you really are. I mean, yeah, that is... they're doing okay. Considering the numbers, but GG is called.